What is digital PR? Well, digital PR is very similar to traditional PR. People have always been doing public relations since companies began, whether that be word of mouth or billboard ads or even just having a storefront that people walk by. Digital PR is not much different in the sense that it's still all about building brand awareness. So that can be getting your brand name out there by giving expert commentary, jumping on hot topics and being the go-to source. It can even be producing a creative campaign that's got something quirky that's going to capture the imagination of your target audience. The question is, why is digital PR good for SEO? Now, as SEOs, obviously we want to drive traffic, we want to produce leads and sales from that traffic, and there's a lot of things that go into SEO. Now, the most obvious one is obviously link building. A lot of people think of digital PR as a link building tactic. It's not. They're not one and the same, but they do work very well together. So you can build fantastic, high quality, white hat links using digital PR techniques. It is truly the only form of white hat link building. So we can do this in a number of different ways. We can use reactive PR techniques, which are using platforms like Help a Reporter Out, Press Plugs, or Turkle to basically produce ourselves as experts for expert commentary for journalists. So a journalist will request information from a source, and if you can be the most authentic and expert source on that particular topic, then obviously you can go and pitch the journalist and tell them what your commentary is, why you're an expert, and why they should listen to you. If that is chosen by the journalist, that will then be published with a link back to your website. This helps SEO for a number of reasons, not only for the link building factor, but also because it helps us to build AAT, or expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. As Google algorithms get more complex, building AAT is genuinely one of the only ways that we can ensure we are consistently ranking in the SERPs. If you're not building AAT correctly, you're going to ensure that at some point you will most likely be hit by an algorithm update. There's no longer an opportunity for websites to be faceless organizations. As things go further and further on and progress, especially in terms of AI and the intelligence that is used, obviously when building Google's algorithms, we have to know who the people are behind those websites. Are the experts on the topics that they're talking about? We've seen that previously with the Medic update, where obviously a lot of websites that talk about health and fitness topics need to be covered by industry experts, whether that be personal trainers, medical experts. It's quite possible that further down the line we'll see a similar update across all niches, in the sense that if you are going to give advice on something and not only your money or life topics, that you should actually be an expert in that topic. We're already starting to see trickles of that when we're seeing last year the reviews update, and we're saying that, if you're giving reviews, you should be an expert. So the best way to do that and ensure that you're keeping up with Google as they go forward is to help build AAT. Now, you can do that in numerous ways, but using digital PR is the best possible way you can do that. Not only by giving expert commentary, which of course is a fantastic way to build AAT, because we're not only looking to build the expertise and the authority of the brand itself, but also the people behind the brand. So using platforms like Help a Reporter Out will help you to build up the reputation and the expertise of multiple people within the organization, not only the founder or co-founder, but you can also have experts that speak on individual topics, such as the marketing manager, the HR manager, or a niche specific managerial role. Also, using digital PR, you can do things like creative campaigns, which are often data-led. They don't have to be, but usually when we're getting started, we'd start with a data-led campaign. So you can spend some time doing a poll around a specific topic, and that can be of the general public, it can be of your mailing list if you've got a lot of customers already. Doing a poll about something, a specific topic, something that's quite hot in the news right now, something that's being discussed, on how your company can put their point of view forward. So you can start by doing a poll, collecting that data, and basically putting together a piece of content based on the data, using visuals as well, something like infographics, a breakdown video, and then we can basically put out a press release. We can reach out to journalists and say, our company has found X, Y, and Z, and that's going to drive traffic back to your website. What we can also do is you can do more creative campaigns where they're more creative rather than being data-led. So you can do things like competitions, and put that out to journalists that you're running a once-in-a-lifetime competition, and that people can apply and how they can apply. You can do this in multiple ways, but a great one to do it is saying that, people have to apply by going through a social media channel, because that way not only are we getting links to the website where you would say full information is on the website at X page, you're driving traffic there, you're getting links there, but you're also driving social engagement. But when it comes to SEO, if you're looking to build links and build AAT, it's not possible to do that today without utilizing digital PR techniques. Digital PR should always be something that you do in conjunction with your SEO efforts, be that your on-page content, your technical SEO, everything you're doing, the strategy should integrate with digital PR strategies as well. So you can utilize digital PR to look at what kind of campaigns you're doing from the SEO side. So whether you're doing a content campaign, you're getting different pieces of content out, you can organize a digital PR campaign based around that, so it runs in tandem. The best way to get started with a digital PR strategy is to basically look at what does the client need, what do they already have, do they have brand awareness already, are they utilizing expert commentary, are they utilizing newsjacking, what can you do to add to that? For me personally, if I'm starting a new campaign with a brand new client, I'll always run 2 campaigns in tandem. So the first one will always be reactive. We're doing that continuously in the background. So we're building up that expertise of the people within the brand. So we tend to have at least 4 personas that we'll work with, be it a CEO or founder, a marketing manager, an HR manager, as well as a niche specific expert. So that can be a content editor who's going to talk on those particular, the actual niche specific topics. Alongside that, we'll also start with a creative campaign, usually a data-led campaign first, to get things rolling, get some interest in there, build up some relationships initially with journalists, and then we can look to do more creative campaigns as we go forward. The great thing about digital PR is the fact that you can build relationships with journalists, so you can get to the point where you're no longer having to pitch journalists with ideas, you're no longer having to pitch journalists for expert commentary. You'll actually have journalists come to you when they get to know your name and you give them something of value, then they're not going to waste their time looking for other sources, and they will come directly to you for additional information. So digital PR for SEOs, just for me, they go hand in hand, and as we move forward, there's just no way that you can do one without the other, but both the digital PR side and the SEO side are going to work so much better, and your results are going to come faster and be greater if you do them together.